What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with a Bitcoin update. Looks like Bitcoin is at some critical levels right now, so we're going to take a look at that in the macro and do kind of just a simple measured move for the mid to long term. And then we're going to dig in a little deeper and get into the shorter time frames, smaller time frames, and take a look at it. So stick around.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and this is only my opinion and my view of the market. Anyone that's doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, because this market can be extremely volatile and very risky. With that being said, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Tick the little bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And if you would, give it a thumbs up if you like the content, and leave comments. Let me know what you think and where you think Bitcoin's going. I like to read the comments and see what people are thinking. So with that being said, let's get into the charts. This is the weekly Bitcoin chart. The two white lines I have here are the falling wedge we've been watching. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit and take a look at this symmetrical triangle that I've been keeping my eye on. And also, I want to talk about the symmetrical triangle a little bit. Excuse me. As some people are drawing the bottom line here, which makes absolutely no sense right now, because for one thing, we only have one touch right here. And for them to draw the line down there, that's kind of just assuming in the market, which I'm not saying it is possible we could go down there, but as of right now, there's nothing telling us that that's a bottom line. So I just don't agree with that. And like I said, it could go down, and this could be, a descending triangle instead of a symmetrical triangle. But as of right now, I'm really watching it as a symmetrical triangle. And what I want to do is just real quick and simple, and like I said, we'll get into the smaller time frames after this, but I want to just do a quick measured move both ways. Let's say we break out, this would be sometime in next week. If we were to break out, I'm going to put that there, and we're going to make another one for if we were to break down. We have to look at both ways. Obviously, nobody knows which way it's going to go, even though, a way higher percentage of people think it's going down. But I'm not in that category. I really believe that, and that's not to say that we, do a moonshot. I'm not saying, we're going directly into a bull run. But what I am saying, and this is my opinion, again, not financial advice, but that I believe we're going to be doing some sideways movement for quite a while and do some accumulation before gradually moving up. But in my opinion, I really believe that there's a high chance that this was the bottom, the very bottom here. And not to say that we don't come down and touch for a double bottom, but I really don't see us going below this 200 EMA right here. And if we do, I believe that could be pretty bad. But we're going to start off by doing this measured move down, and I'm going to mark these and keep these on the chart for us for future reference. This one here would be if we were to break out right there where I showed it, it would be somewhere in between 2100 and the 2200 range. And if you see this bottom blue line here, where I've drawn that from is just from the overall market trend all the way from over here. It's that's where I get that line. Now we're gonna look up at the top one here. Let me zoom back in and kind of look at where that is. And I just like I said, I really believe all the people waiting for this lower low and these crazy low numbers. Not to say that it can't happen. Obviously, this is Bitcoin. Anything can happen. But I just don't see it. I don't see them lower lows coming in and giving people a chance to know that that's where the low is going to be, and they get to buy in there. And I just don't see the market giving people that chance. So what I'm going to look at here is I'm going to explain my opinion on that real quick, that all these people that are waiting for these lower lows, I believe, are going to be upset later on when they don't come. And they're so confident in the lower lows, saying we could hit 5,900 or 5,000, 6,000, and then go back down to 1,800 or whatever. Well, I believe those people that are going to be waiting there are gonna, this could be 6-8 months long when we do a lot of sideways and up and down motion, and then they FOMO in later on when we're at 6,500 or whatever, and that's gonna push and help create a bull market, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, but I just wanted to get that out there. But anyways, rant over. So where we're at right now, and another way to let's tell you what, let's look at this real quick. I'm gonna pull out my Fibonacci extension tool, and we're gonna measure these right here. Our swing low here and swing high here, and then back down to this swing low. And in Elliott wave, this would be, if this is correct, in Elliott wave, this would be 1, this would be 2, and then 3 would be the next move. And let's see where that ended up. And as you can see, yeah, the breakout would bring us right around the 1.618 area, which is a measurement a lot of times for the wave 3 of Elliott wave. So that brings us right up in the area of 5,100, somewhere in that area. And that would be the measured move if we was to break up out of this triangle, and the measured move if we broke down, obviously, what I said earlier, between 21 and 2,200. And again, that's if this is correct. Now, like I said before, people are drawing this bottom line. We could get rejection off of here and come back up, get rejection here. This could be the support line. So that's an area we watch. If we do break down, obviously this 200 EMA is going to be very important. If we break down below this, then definitely we're probably looking at these lower areas, 21 to 2,200. I've heard people say as low as 700, 800, but again, I don't think that's going to happen. Again, only my opinion. So let's get this out of the way, and we will zoom in a little bit. First, we're going to go into the daily chart and kind of see where we're at here. And if you've been watching my channel, you'll remember these two white dotted lines I was looking at as a broadening wedge. And we've gotten support off it down here. We've got 3 points of resistance up here, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have 1, 2, 3 resistance, and then this one almost looked like it was a bear trap, because it, the wick pointed, popped down, popped back in. And if you remember, these were my targets, and we did come down, we hit this target, and then we come back up and we hit this target. Now we're coming back down and hitting the bottom of the symmetrical triangle, the dotted line here, or the dashed line. And I believe we have a nice move up coming if we don't break this. Obviously, there could be the other possibility is we break down below this and we catch support again on this white dotted line. And this, if you see this purple line I have drawn here, or blue line I have drawn here, I'm colorblind, I don't know if that's purple or pink, whatever, but this line here is the top and this line is the bottom. This looks like a falling wedge also, which could possibly be, and we could come down and get a bounce off here, come back up to test this area, and if we break it, you know, move on up from there. But my other target down here, if this breaks, is right around, you know, in between the 3250 and 3300 range. And I believe there's going to be a lot of support in that area if we do break down there. But again, I don't think we are. I believe we have a nice move upcoming. I know it seems like a long stretch, but I'm looking at this area right in here. The $3,900 range, 38 to 39, somewhere in this area. That is where my target is now. I know a lot of haters are going to be, you know, a lot of the bears are going to be hating on me for saying this and getting the you don't know what you're talking about and all that, but so far so good with my targets. But the next target, I see it after the bounce up from here, is this one I have drawn out here. Let me stretch it out a little bit so we can see it. And this target was in the $3,500 range, 35 to 3540 range. And that would be the top of this trend line here. And I see us getting some resistance there and then coming back down, retesting the 3470, 3480 area and continuing on up. But obviously our next resistance to get up against and get past right now is the 3480. That's been a pretty strong resistance here, as it was a strong support over in this area. And now it's become resistance here and here and here. So as you can see, we're testing this line really hard. I'm going to go into the 4 hour and take a look at where we're at on that. We are still getting support off of the bottom of this symmetrical triangle, and I do believe that's going to hold. And again, if it does not hold, you know, then we're looking down at the 3340 range, 3330, and if that breaks, that's where we go to the 3250, 33. But again, I do believe this is going to hold, and we're gonna get a bounce up off of here, and we're gonna get, I believe, to at least the $3,500 range on this next move coming, and I believe it's going to be a pretty strong move. Again, this is only my opinion and my view of the market, so I'm going to get rid of some of these lines. This was the one wedge that I had drawn, and I want to get rid of it while I'm online so you guys can see. But I had this wedge drawn here and had a measured move breakout that I believe we hit. Let's check it out real quick. Take a look at it. And it would be this length here. Up. Pretty close to it. It was up a little bit higher. But like I said, that was just a quick measurement too. But yeah, we got up right in the range we were supposed to with that. So if you guys are following along, I really suggest you do your own charting and come up with your own, you know, your own techniques and your own ways of doing things. Don't just listen to one guy and count that as gold, because that's going to get you wrecked, you know, because the market could look one way 1 minute and things can change like that. And, you know, not going to get on and post a video that quick to save anybody, but I do like to give you areas to watch. And like I said, I really believe this bottom of this symmetrical triangle is going to hold here, guys. And I know this video is getting kind of long, but I want to go back to the daily real quick and look at the descending wedge I had drawn in the RSI. And if you see where it's at, it is retesting the top. As you can see, we broke out of the top here. Now we're retesting. If this holds, this will help get the bounce that I'm talking about, and we should get a nice bounce up. If it doesn't, if we break down back in here, then we're looking for support on the bottom of it, and if not, obviously we go down further. But that's why we draw our trend lines and support and resistance lines, you guys. That's, you know, all part of it. We can't just watch a guy on here and, you know, all of a sudden you just do what whoever says on YouTube and you know make a bunch of trades and get rich. That's not how it works. You got to learn this stuff. So anyways, with that being said, let's go in a little bit deeper. Let's go into the 1 hour and just see what that looks like right there. Get into the 1 hour. Like I said, let me get rid of these lines here. I'm going to get rid of that wedge over there. That's not of any significance as of right now anymore. Now, as you can see in this channel here, this is all acting as support too. We had, you know, support here, and now we got support down here. We had resistance up here. We broke through here, broke back down in here, and it became resistance again. And now we're bouncing off of here. Like I said, I believe it'll come up. We'll probably test this area here, and if we can break through that, you know, we'll get some resistance right up here at this 200 on the 1 hour, and that'll be right around the 3450 range. And then after that, you know, we're looking up at that 3480 range, and I do believe that we're going to break that and head up towards at least the 3500 area. And that's my view as of right now, guys. Again, watch this bottom of the symmetrical triangle here. If that does break, like I said, our next stop is around the 3300 area, 3325. And then if that does break, then, you know, we're down to the 3250, 3300 area. But again, my opinion, we're getting a nice bounce up from here, and it should be a good end of the day. What I would ultimately like to see is us to close and open above this 3480 range. That would make me extremely bullish, and then, you know, obviously we'd have to break this line here next. So what I'm calling for now is the $3,500 range, and again, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm looking at. So again, if you haven't already, click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed. Tick the little bell to get notified when I post videos, and give it a thumbs up if you like the content. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. See you next time.